Welcome to this week's edition of the FA Show. I'm Nate Barrett. We start this week with a story still in its infancy, but with the potential to have a significant impact on almost all advisors. President Biden is expected to announce soon an executive order that could clamp down on the use of non-compete clauses. For some advisors, these clauses limit the ease in which they can switch to a new broker-dealer, providing just enough of a deterrent to keep them in place. As with most things, the devil will be in the details. How far Biden's order will go and the moves BDs may take to counter them are stories we'll continue to follow here on the FA Show. Two former Merrill Lynch financial advisors who are both African American filed a proposed class action race bias lawsuit against the wirehouse that echoes claims made more than a decade ago in a $160 million settlement. Lucinda J. Council and Raven Gilmore, who both worked for Merrill less than 3 years, brought their claim on July 2nd, alleging that African American advisors received less compensation and were promoted less frequently due to Merrill's discriminatory policies, patterns, and/or practices. The case cites Merrill's minimum threshold production credit requirements, lack of support, and inequitable teaming opportunities. Merrill also terminates African American advisors at a higher rate than their white counterparts, while fewer are elevated to senior financial advisor and private wealth management roles, according to the complaint, which did not include statistics or anecdotes regarding to the allegations. A company spokesperson denied the allegations, noting Merrill has a long-standing commitment to increasing the diversity of our financial advisors and provide support to help each advisor succeed. Last year, Merrill began disclosing diversity metrics for its broker roster. It said 21% of its roughly 17,500 brokers and branch-based advisors were women, and almost 14% were Black or Latino. Stick around for an interview with Jim Gold, CEO of Steward Partners. But first, here's the latest episode of The Advisor's Advisor.
Here's the reason why you should never work on vacation, ever. Hi, I'm Jeff Crosby, top Barron's advisor for multiple years, 24-time Ironman finisher. I'm here on vacation at beautiful Lake Chelan. It's a 55-mile long glacier-fed lake about 3.5 hours outside Seattle. It's my paradise. So here's why you shouldn't work on vacation. If you want to be average, you won't work on vacation. If you want to know what top advisors do, the best of the best, they work on vacation. They have meetings, they check in with their team, they move prospects forward. So this business is a 24/7 business. We're on call all the time. So we just need to be organized with our time. But if you want to know what the really good advisors are doing, the really great successful professionals, you know what? They do work on vacation. Not all the time, but they pick and choose their times. So my point is, be aware, be present with your clients, be present with your practice, move prospects forward, always be thinking about growing, how you can bring in more assets, how you can improve your business. And part of that requires working on vacation, working on the holidays. That's what the best of the best do. Good luck. Go out to 3xequity/practice to learn more practice tips, how to improve your practice like a Barron's advisor.
Advisor Hub publisher Tony Sirianni recently sat down with Jim Gold, CEO of Steward Partners. Here's an excerpt on what's new at the firm.
And also new investors. I mean, I know the limits to what we can talk about there, but that's pretty exciting news as well. I mean, that's also validation in a large way for what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, I think, listen, we've done a lot of things at Steward that are really unique and I think unprecedented. And if you go back to the beginning of the firm and we talked to a lot of people, so I may have missed this, but I don't know of another firm built to our size that wasn't built taking in outside capital to launch the firm. We went cash flow positive in our 3rd year, been paying a distribution since our 4th year. We did our first raise 2 years ago now, created a firm-wide liquidity event, which I don't think anyone else has ever done for their partners, and now have a second one with another family office in the TPO, the Pritzker organization. And we were just super excited, very honored. And I think about, again, that I think for folks and companies like Steward who are looking to raise capital, I always say, getting the check is actually the easy part. It's being as excited the day after the check gets there. That's the hard part. So for us, the family office structure is a good one. I think it's people that understand the concept of being an entrepreneur and building something, right? Because that's what both the families we work with now have done. It's a ton of resources, right? So we benefit that we sort of have a free in-house private equity shop, right, for deals and M&A activity. But I think the key to the whole thing, and it's a term that Keith Taylor from Sinosure uses a lot, which is alignment, right? That there is alignment in the structure. The structure is very long-term oriented. It's not, the 60 Minutes commercial where they hand you the check and you hear the clock ticking. It's truly about building something for the long term, and that manifests itself in the contracts that you sign with people.
Well, that in my mind, that's the key, right? Because it's kind of weird in our business. It's a little bit like the cobbler's, kids have no shoes or have shoes that are broken, where advisors don't ask a lot of questions about the equity. Oh, we have equity at this firm. We have equity at that firm. They don't really have, well, who's behind the equity? And if it turns out to be one of these, funds where I need my money back in 6 years, and I need this return, that's a very different amount of pressure on you, on the firm. Correct, right? I don't see advisors making sometimes good decisions on equity or not even understanding who the real owners of a firm are.
Well, yeah, and then as you said, you create a sort of a synthetic time frame that may be the worst time frame where they're coming out or they have to come out, and it could be during a market meltdown or evaluations have come in, but you're contractually bound. You got to make sure you pay the bill.
For the complete interview as well as other interviews with industry leaders and influencers, head over to advisorhub.com.
We turn now to the recruiting wire powered by 3X Equity, the authority on advisor transitions. LPL affiliate Stratos has nabbed former Wells Fargo regional manager Robert Sampson. Sampson, who had spent all of his 25-year career at Wells and its Prudential predecessor, joined Stratos as a managing director, helping lead recruiting in the greater Chicago area. He plans to tout the virtues of independence, including higher payouts and fewer restrictions to wirehouse brokers, although he is prohibited from hiring from his former firm for 1 year under his employment agreements. Stratos is one of LPL Financial's largest registered investment advisor affiliates, with over 300 brokers in 26 states and more than $16.6 billion in client assets as of March 31st, according to the company. Merrill Lynch has hired 2 J.P. Morgan advisors in Melville, New York. Peggy Mahoney, with 19 years industry experience, and Michael Casillo, with 16 years experience, had been private client advisors at Chase since 2012 and 2015, respectively. They were hired into Merrill's AGP offer, which the wirehouse launched in 2018. The program is open to advisors with 2 to 12 years of experience and provides qualifying early career candidates a fixed salary with a traditional grid-based production payout. A Merrill executive reiterated in April the firm's commitment to driving asset growth among its existing sales force and homegrown talent from its AGP, as well as community market hiring efforts in rural areas, even as it planned to selectively recruit more experienced brokers. In 2020, Merrill hired 210 advisors through the AGP and community program, and in the first quarter of this year, another 57, a company spokesperson confirmed previously. That's in line with the pre-pandemic recruiting of 221 in 2019. For a complete list of moves as well as access to the Advisor Hub offers tool to find out what your practice is worth, visit the deals and comps section of advisorhub.com. Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the FA Show on Advisor Hub TV, powered by 3X Equity. I'm Nate Barrett. Have a great day.